Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well. So it's been a while since I came on here and I've been thinking about posting a video. This one is on my phone and I was like, you know what? I just have to come on here, whether on my phone or on the camera. It doesn't have to be perfect because I don't think any of my videos have been perfect by any means. So I wanted to come on here and just be transparent and honest with you. And that is my whole purpose of my weight loss journey. So my scale is still down. I've skipped my 1 month appointment because I couldn't do it because of work. I had like some life events happen. In the meantime, just going through my own type of stuff in life and just dealing with life in general, like everyone else. And I've been tested. Yeah, so when I say I've been tested, we all know we have to, like, in order to break certain cycles in life, for me, it's my eating habits. Certain things probably arise and I was faced with them and I failed the test. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I failed the test. I have not been eating well at all. I've been stress eating. I've been eating junk. I've been probably overeating, which is horrible, having that balloon in me, because it probably makes my stomach even bigger than it is, which I'm really disappointed in myself. Very, very disappointed. I just want to be honest with you. The balloon is not a miracle. It is a physical aspect and placement that you put inside your body to help you not overeat, but it's not going to make choices of food for you. It's not going to stop certain life events happening to you, and then you'll be triggered by certain emotions where you just make the bad choices. And that's why you got into it the first place, right? Because, you don't go in wanting to place an $8,000 balloon. I'm just telling you, you don't go into it saying, yeah, I'm going to risk my life on top of that. I'm going to go through the anesthesia. I'm going to do all of this stuff to just then let myself down again. I am so disappointed, but I am. But I'm going to take it as a big learning curve. I still have, till October to finish this out. So I'm going to take this as a big learning curve in my life and literally see. It's like these clear glasses now I have on to see what my issue is. Clearly, I can't deal with stress that well. And I tend to eat away my emotions, which is not good by any means, but I'm able to see that clearly. And I've kind of known that, but now I really see it because I see that even a physical placement of something that I paid a lot of money for to put into my belly is not working. So it's not to tell someone, hey, don't place the balloon, because yes, people do need help. I paid a lot of money. I put myself in risk to go under anesthesia, not knowing, some people don't, God forbid, don't even wake up. But I'm doing the same thing. Like, I was great for like the first few weeks and I'm going back to my old habits. Like, yes, this is not a healthy cycle in my life and I'm disappointed with myself, but I try to be a very positive person in life in general. And I'm taking this like as a learning curve to say, okay, well, clearly we know what the issue is. And, I started even talking to like a therapist because I was like, wow, I cannot like go through this for 6 months and not take advantage of actually someone counseling me through these bad eating habits. So what I was told was, what did she tell me? Yeah, so I don't know. She taught me some different types of techniques as far as dealing with my ADD or ADHD. I don't take any medication for that. I've always had it, and I feel like when you have kids, it gets even worse. But I guess that tends to also make like some excessive type of behaviors. And also, I don't mind talking about mental health because, geez, I thought this was going to be like a weight loss journey, but I guess it turned out to be something completely different than what I thought was me dealing with my ADHD. It has like these waves of like excessive type of behavior or behavior where you just kind of like shut down and you're just very mellow. I tend to be a very down-to-earth person in general, but I see that this is really affecting me in my life. And as I'm getting older, it's getting worse. It definitely is. I've been taking supplements for many years for this ADHD that I have. It could also be like a trigger from like just working on the computers too much because like of all the stimulus. I don't know. Or maybe it's something I was born with because I've never taken like medication on it. In college, like, I've had like a prescription, but I would just take it like if I had like a not state exam, those, final exams or, what I mean, like finals and things like that. So I never like fully like thought I had an issue, let alone that somehow this issue would be related to the way that I eat. That never crossed my mind. And it's not to put myself out here saying, hey, I have a problem. Maybe it's for someone else to see out there. Maybe your issue to weight loss is way more than just placing a balloon inside of yourself and thinking that you're going to lose this weight once and for all because you're so dedicated. I'm like so dedicated and so focused. I'm working out, signed up for a gym. Like I feel so nice, but I'm still making unhealthy choices. It's literally what I'm putting in my mouth. It's not even me exercising anymore. The problem is what I am stuffing my mouth with. And it's like the unhealthy foods that I've always craved, sweets, like carbs, which I should be staying away from. I was really doing well in the beginning. And then life happens, and then I really got tested, and I see that I did not pass this test. Clearly, there's underlying issues as to why my eating behaviors and habits are the way that they are. So I really got to be honest. Like, I'm putting myself out there, showing these people, hey, I got to stay accountable. Let me do my little updates, but, I'm not going to come on here and lie and say, yeah, it's going great when no, it's not. It's not. And I'm not doing a good job to maintaining this. So, I sat down with myself and I was like, well, Andrea, you have two choices. Choice number one is to get this thing taken out that you paid $8,000 for. You can't get a refund. You really can't. You can just get it out. Or choice number two is to keep it for the commitment time. I haven't even talked to the doctor yet. For the time that you have committed to it, for the 6 months, and use it as a resource, but also implementing these new healthier habits in your life. Clearly, it's not even the overeating portion. That could be related a little bit too, but it's just completely the choices I'm making in my food, like my diet. It's horrible, horrible choices I am making. And I see it's become a bigger issue. This is more than me going to a nutritionist and writing a meal plan out. I mean, you can write whatever you want out for me and you can give me the best exercises in the world. It's not about the exercise. It's still what I'm putting in my mouth and how I'm coping with these certain, life circumstances that happen that are out of my control and how I'm dealing with it related to my diet. So, I think it's important to just be honest with yourself and to really reflect on as to why you're doing what you're doing and why you would take this route, because this is not a miracle. it isn't. And I've been saying that from the beginning. If you look at my bio, I said the same thing. And I knew that. But I didn't realize when you actually get tested by life circumstances and how you cycle back into these unhealthy habits of yourself. By the way, I don't know if you can tell, but I was a psych major. So, it just really spirals. It really does. And it is a bigger issue than just you going to a personal trainer or you going to a nutritionist. That's all great and dandy. But if you're not in the right mindset of dealing with certain life events, you're going to spiral back into your old habits. And this is what's happening to me. So what I have to do is I have to pull myself to the side, literally. And as I'm speaking to this therapist too, I didn't even think I had that big of an issue. But I'm starting to see how it affects me. And I'm starting to that analytical side of me is well, you spend $8,000. Oh my gosh, you're totally failing yourself. $8,000, you're failing yourself. Woman, you are still making the same choices you have and it's not working for you. Clearly, it's not working for you. So I'm really looking at this in a whole different perspective as to, I think before you make a decision to go this route, I personally recommend seeing your own eating habits, writing them down, how you journaling, maybe journaling your own, which I think I'm going to start doing myself, which, I'm giving you advice and myself, is journaling maybe your eating habits throughout the day and what has happened before you put that certain food in your mouth. Because, even food, it becomes just robotic. We just stuff our face because we get that hunger cue in our brain and then we just put something in our mouth. We don't even realize what we put and we're like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. Well, it's too late. But you becoming aware of the situation, if you made a bad choice, is you can go back and you can tweak it and say, well, maybe I should wash some veggies, cut up some celery, peppers, cut them up, maybe a light ranch, a cup of ranch. And then when I do have these hunger cues, I can pull that out of the fridge versus me going to junk food and processed food that I know is going to be horrible, makes me feel horrible, makes me feel not good about myself. And then I regret my choice. So this is something I have to work on too, but I've decided, since I'm sharing my journey, is to keep the balloon in place. I see it really hasn't done anything for me. It might have, I might have even gained weight. I think I actually gained weight. I haven't checked. I don't want to check right now. But, it's a good eye opener for me because I realize, well, I link the balloon to how much money I've spent and how incredibly disappointed I am in myself. But I see that there is a bigger underlying issue to my poor eating habits and choices when things surface in life. When I don't have things happening around my life, it's no big deal. I'm very disciplined and, make the right choices. But when something happens, it's just work related. It's not anything major life. But when whatever happens, it doesn't matter your circumstances. It's how are you dealing with it? Is it a healthy habit? Are you putting, what kind of diet are you gravitating towards? What types of foods are you gravitating towards when things surface in your life? Or things you can't control in the outside environment? How are you dealing and coping these? Clearly, my coping mechanism is not healthy. It's not. I'm a very big believer in mindfulness and I meditate almost daily, but clearly it's not healthy. So those are things you should certainly ask yourself prior to going this route or making this decision in your life. Maybe even talking to a therapist about your eating habits prior to going in it's unfortunate, but a doctor will say, yeah, sure. I mean, they're making money. They want more business. It's a client for them. And they don't know what stage you are at of readiness. They only talk to you for those 5, 10, maybe 30 minutes at a time. They don't know anything about you. Here, this particular doctor had given me a nutritionist as well, and that's great and dandy. I have a nutritionist, but I'm embarrassed to even go into that doctor's office right now with making sure I'm going on the weight. There's no way I'm going to be stepping on a scale right now because I'm disappointed. I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm literally at this point where I'm embarrassed. I spent what is this doctor going to think about me? He's going to think that I'm weak, that I can't do it. I'm not disciplined at all. I'm sure it happens. The nurses said at the recovery center, they told me, they're like, there's a lot of people who come back and they didn't even lose a pound. I certainly don't want to be that person. And right now I am that person, and it doesn't feel good. It feels horrible, but it's very eye-opening. I've committed to something. I've paid a lot of money that I could have put on the side for my children. That would have paid for a really nice vacation as well. Yeah, I need to be better, and I need to be more aware, consciously aware of my own actions, because I'm not making the right choices right now. And I'm really disappointed with myself. But maybe, like I said, there's a underlying issue as to why I'm going this unhealthy route. These certain coping mechanisms when things are out of my control. So yeah, I would like to keep you updated. I really would. And, I want to be honest and transparent, because that was the whole purpose. It wasn't really it was for accountability too, but I could stay behind the camera and never upload again. And you just wonder, like many people who make this channel, I notice they just don't show up anymore because they're embarrassed. They're probably embarrassed and they feel like they let themselves down. So let me be that guinea pig for you as far as making this decision to losing your weight, is rather than saying, hey, I'm going to go this route because I'm unhealthy. I have a lot of underlying health issues, which, I did share with you. And that's my own personal choice that I wanted to share with people. And understanding that, I might need help with this, because clearly what I've done and I thought I was strong enough to do, maybe I'm not, So if you have any questions, let's discuss them down below. Comment. I believe I got one comment, so thank you so much for engaging. That was really nice to see that someone's watching my videos and me being honest and vulnerable and transparent with you, because no one likes to put themselves out there, especially when it comes to having their own flaws. And, we always want to show and post ourselves on being our best self, and these, just the highlights of our day and being positive, because of course we want to bring positivity into someone's life. But then again, there's people struggling too. There are. And being able to help those people too is a very important step into someone's life as well. So, it's not even about the money. It's just even going through the whole process of your body going through this is maybe, even if you do decide to take this route, maybe it would be good for you to start writing down your own eating habits, recording yourself when you're eating, how you're eating, what days you're eating certain foods. Maybe it might be a hormonal thing for you. It might be for me too. And just, seeing, going from there and recording your own journey as far as your eating habits, because I have to start doing that too. And this wasn't told to me by that therapist because I talked to her one time. It was just like an online thing, but I knew I had the ADHD, and I'm not embarrassed of it. I think a lot of us do, especially if you're a parent, because our mind is constantly like, whoop, whoop, what do I have to do? So maybe that's an underlying like coping mechanism of someone having like ADHD. But other than that, I think I'm in the right direction as far as being aware, because that's a big step, being aware of your own problems or, unhealthy habits that you have, and then being able to tweak it and make them, change them for a healthier you, like for a better you. My whole why to going into this was to be a healthy version of me so I can live a healthy life, be there for my children, so I'm not having to go through these tons of health issues. Some can be genetic, obviously. And yeah, I just want to live my life to the fullest with my children, and I want to live it in a healthy manner. So if I can prevent certain things to happening as far as my health goes, then yeah, I need to be aware, because if I'm not aware, then how am I going to change any of that? By the way, I've been reading that book, Atomic Habits. Very good book. I'll go ahead and link it down below for you guys. And it talks about these habits. So once I started seeing these, unhealthy habits of my eating mechanism, I realized that I started reading that book too. And I realized that there are certain things and how we talk to ourselves, and, bringing that awareness of the unhealthy habits that we have developed. So anyways, I hope you all are doing great. Sorry about this video being too long. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to upload it, but I'm wishing you all the best in your journey. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and comment down below, and I'll be happy to discuss further topics in regards to possibly like, people who have the same issues as I do, and, where we can kind of maybe better dissect our own eating habits and just becoming more aware, because it takes a lot of accountability on our end too, and just being honest with ourselves. It's not even about what we tell others, it's about being honest with ourselves. So hope you all have a good one. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, hit the red button and hit a like on this video so I know that you actually enjoyed this content and we can discuss further. Have a good one.